incoming cold front in our area. Good morning, Grace.
Good morning, Jenny. Yes, we are tracking a cold front across Texas right now, making its way down from the Panhandle at the current moment. You can see that low pressure over Dallas and our cold front here stretching all the way west towards El Paso. This is going to be shifting through our region around midday or just past midday this afternoon, going to bring a surge of wind flow as well as drop dew points pretty significantly as we head into our Wednesday, which is why we have a weather impact alert issued for Wednesday due to high wildfire risks. So temperatures are already sinking down, especially for those areas the cold front has already passed through. It's 50 degrees in Amarillo as we head towards noon today. Still very warm here in Austin. We'll likely get to the mid and upper 80s here in town. And yes, we will be tracking an influx in wind flow as we head into the afternoon and even this evening. I'll let you know what those wind speeds are going to look like, as well as what you need to be aware of with that fire weather danger for tomorrow when I come back with that full forecast in just a few minutes. Back to you, Jenny.
All right, Grace, thank you so much.
This week, we are tracking high fire weather danger, especially for our Wednesday. Now, our cold front that is going to be picking up that wind flow and dropping those dew points is actually coming in today. You can see we are in the extreme to very high category for that wildfire danger, which is why we've issued a weather impact alert for tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. that goes along with the fire weather watch that the National Weather Service has issued for our area for tomorrow as well. So here's our cold front. We're watching and waiting for it to pick up some wind gusts here closer to home, but most of it has already happened and moved through areas in the Texas Panhandle and portions of West Texas. It's just outside of Central Texas, well into kind of the western hill country there, moving from Abilene down to San Angelo at the moment, just outside of Brady, and could be kicking up a few showers towards Mason County and even as far east as Burnett County. So we'll be watching that in case we do see just a little bit of rain for today. But this will mostly be a dry front picking up those wind gusts as it moves through. San Angelo picking up a 31-mile-per-hour gust just a moment ago and up to 43 from today over in Amarillo. So this is something we certainly have to watch as it moves through, as we are going to see a big noticeable pickup in wind flow this afternoon. Our dew points are also going to lower with this cold front. They've already lowered out towards the Panhandle. As we can see, we're still sitting at 69 here for Austin. So if you're stepping outside in the next few moments, it will still feel just a little bit sticky in the atmosphere, but those dew points are going to be lowering throughout our afternoon and continuing to lower throughout the evening and through the day tomorrow, which is why tomorrow is going to be the day for the fire weather watch. That goes all through Wednesday and goes for most of our central Texas counties, as we'll be dealing with wind gusts around 35 miles per hour throughout the day tomorrow. So as that cold front moves through this afternoon, temperatures are also going to follow suit. Now, these aren't going to be the coolest temperatures we have on tap for this week. By tomorrow morning, we're in the 50s, 40s for the hill country. And then by tomorrow afternoon, our more high resolution model, which only goes out about 20 to 48 hours, is actually giving way to a much cooler afternoon for tomorrow. Our temperatures may not get out of the 60s. We're also tracking very cool mornings for Thursday and Friday, with those temperatures dropping down to the mid 40s here in town. For 2024, that happened on November 6th, so we're just about a week removed from that. But the 30-year average is actually October 20th, so we're a little bit late on that front there. So our cold front moves throughout this afternoon. We'll likely get to the mid 80s for that high temperature there. Wednesday, weather impact in place for our high fire weather danger, so be aware of anything that could cause a spark. And for the rest of the week, we've got those nice, cool fall-like conditions that we'll be tracking Thursday through Friday, and it looks like a really nice Halloween forecast as well. We'll be back after this. Welcome back, everyone, to weather as we head into the middle of the day. We are still tracking Hurricane Melissa as it barrels down on the west side of Jamaica. Of course, this is one of the strongest Atlantic hurricanes ever. So this is going to continue to make landfall here in the next probably hour to hour and a half. I think that's when they'll officially call it. But as you can see, it's already moving in to the coastline there. It will continue up to the north and east as we head into the next couple of days here, moving across eastern Cuba and then eventually through those eastern areas of the Bahamas, and eventually it will calm down to a Category 2 and impact portions of Bermuda, or at least that's where our current look is here for that forecast cone. So our strongest hurricane or Atlantic hurricanes, here is a list of the top three: Wilma, Gilbert, and then the Labor Day storm of 1935, which is unnamed because it happened so long ago. We used to not even name those hurricanes. But then Melissa, the strongest millibars down to 892, which actually matches that Labor Day storm. So, of course, we put those little asterisks next to it. That could change as that continues to make landfall here in the next couple of hours. Now, closer to home, we're dealing with a cold front, and it is knocking on the door of the hill country, actually right at this moment, kicking up a few showers as it does so. But mostly what we're going to notice is some of these clouds moving on in. Sometimes we can see fun roll clouds come in with a cold front, and it's a nice clear day out there, so I think we will see that. Wind speeds and gusts across our area. We've got half of the winds coming out of the south and east, 23 to 21 miles per hour there, and then half of our winds on the other side in the west coming out of the north and west there as that cold front pushes on through and switches that wind flow. Here's a look at the radar up towards Killeen and down towards Burnett. You can see a little bit of that backscatter coming back. I think mostly that is that roll cloud coming through, and it does have a lot of moisture in it. Maybe we could see a couple showers as it does move on through, but likely not going to see very much precipitation with this cold front. So right now we're sitting at 82 in LaGrange, 80 degrees here in Austin, and starting to cool down temperatures over towards Burnett as it is approaching the hill country there. And of course, those wind speeds are picking up as it moves on through. So for our Wednesday, we're talking about tomorrow. After that cold front moves through here in the next couple of hours, our wind speeds are still going to be very elevated throughout the day tomorrow, and our temperatures are not going to be as high. We're likely to only get to about 68 or 69 degrees. I don't think we're going to hit that 70-degree mark. And of course, our dew points will be very low. Our wind speeds will be very high. We also are in the middle of a severe to extreme drought in a lot of places here in central Texas. So the National Weather Service has issued a fire weather watch for our Wednesday. And also because of that, we here at KVUE have issued a weather impact alert going from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. tomorrow, so make sure you're avoiding those sparks, because if a wildfire were to develop tomorrow, it would be very hard to contain. All right, your 7-day forecast looks really nice for Halloween as well as the UT game at home this weekend, and then we track those clocks back for Saturday into Sunday, and it looks like a pretty nice weekend ahead.
All right, let's go and check in with our weather forecast. Meteorologist Grace Thornton. But look at that eye behind you. That is just enormous, so scary.
Yeah, it is an extremely impressive storm, and it has been getting stronger as it's approached that coastline. You can see here on the south and west side of Jamaica, starting to make landfall as we head into, honestly, the next hour or so. I do think they're going to officialize that time. So our pressure now at 892, that actually comes in at the fourth strongest landfall on record for the Atlantic basin. So this is a very strong storm, and of course we're sending prayers to our friends and family in Jamaica. Now this is going to continue across Jamaica as we head into the night tonight, and by Tuesday we are thinking, and as we head towards the middle of the week rather, downgrading to a Category 3 as it makes its way across that eastern side of Cuba there, and then extending out towards the Atlantic as we head into Thursday and Friday, and will continue to weaken as it does so, getting down to a Category 2 and then a Category 1. So we've gone through all these names: Karen, Lorenzo, Melissa. The next one is Nestor. There's not much going on in the Atlantic as we continue into the week besides this one storm, Hurricane Melissa there. Our hurricane frequency is moving down as we head towards the end of hurricane season, which will end rather November 30th. So we still have a couple of weeks to go. Of course, October is always a very variable time in the tropics, so we'll let you know what we're looking at with Melissa once again when I come back with that full forecast, and of course our forecast for us here back home.
All right, we will see you then, Grace. Thank you so much.